Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. We are reaching the end of January already. The Platinum Jubilee gets going in February in about a week's time. A little bit quiet at the moment, so as we reach the end of the month, I thought I would do something a little bit different, still on the topic of Harry and Meghan and the royals, of course, but just looking at a state of mind rather than a specific topic, and the state of mind being why, in this case, Prince Harry is so blind to what is going on. We all seem to be able to see what is going on in his world. He does not. And so I want to look around that. I'm going to just be using my ordinary Rider-Waite cards for this reading, nothing fancy, and doing a Celtic Cross and having a look to see why it is that he can't see what we can all see so clearly, well, the vast majority of us, and that is he really is on the road to ruin if he carries on this way, and that he really needs to open his eyes and look around and see what is going on, what is really going on, his role in what is really going on, possibly his wife's role in what is really going on, and wake up and save himself while he still can, if he still can. And this, of course, is a tarot reading for entertainment purposes, or just my opinion. Let's get that out of the way. I'm doing Prince Harry today with the Celtic Cross. I will do Meghan Markle exactly the same reading tomorrow and see what the cards have to say about her and her state of mind and where she is on her journey, her path, and if she ever will open her eyes and see what is going on with her. And so the cards seem to be ready. And so here we go, Celtic Cross. I'll explain the cards as we go along, as I always do, and see what is going on with him, why he is the way he is, and what perhaps may change the situation for him. And of course, I say blind to his situation because he really does seem to be indignant about the fact that people are focused on his difficulties, his failures with Netflix and so on, his litigation, rather than focusing on all the PR, the good PR he's been pumping out, and all his alleged charitable work that he's doing. He seems to be stunned and outraged and indignant about that fact. He seems to be puzzled by the fact that so many people have left the Sussex's employ over the years, some very high profile people. They seem to shed employees at a startling rate. He really doesn't seem to get it. So let's see. And the underlying energy is the Queen of Pentacles for this reading, and that is of course Earth sign woman. That could be Her Majesty the Queen, but it is also the Good Wife card in tarot, and I know people in this modern woke world might not appreciate that description of the card, but the Queen of Pentacles is about stability and support and loyalty and being calm, rational, generous, being there behind the scenes, being careful with money, being careful with resources, being supportive, being nurturing. It's the Earth Mother card. It's a very lovely energy. Of all the queens, the Queen of Pentacles is the most loyal, the most dependable, the most reliable, the most supportive. When you're down and out, she's the one that's that you really want on your side, because she'll be practical about helping you and fixing things. Everything that, in my opinion, Harry's wife is not. But that is the energy that really would benefit him right now, and that he has in his life. If you looked around, Catherine, that's the Queen of Pentacles. She's an Earth sign woman, and I don't only mean that Earth sign women can manifest this energy. In an ideal world, we all should embody all the energies of the kings and the queens. We should be our own emperors and our own empresses. But Prince Harry has two role models of this energy already in his life. He has Catherine, his sister-in-law, and he has his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth. And is he taking any notice of that? I doubt it right now. So let's see the heart of the situation for him right now. And that's my Narcissist card, interestingly, one of them. The Nine of Cups, the greedy, smug, self-entitled card. There it is. Very ugly card. It's one of my least favorite cards in the tarot, even though it on the face is your wish fulfillment card, your dreams coming true. It's my greedy card, my entitled, self-absorbed card, consuming rather than giving. The Queen of Pentacles is the one who is generous and supportive and nurturing, will give you the clothes off her back if she could and if you needed them. This Nine of Cups fellow is not going to. He is going to take and take and take and take, all for his own benefit. And so there is the problem, really, that he is too smug, too self-satisfied, too greedy for attention, greedy for money, greedy for praise, greedy for all of those things, greedy for love, even with the cups there. And of course, it is a card of heavy consumption. So let's say heavy consumption of possibly things that one should not consume in large quantities. Let's just leave that there. His challenge, this Nine of Cups fellow, Prince Harry, his challenge is to start things fresh, to learn. He really hasn't learned his lesson. He hasn't been diligent. He hasn't done his homework. The Page of Pentacles is a studious fellow. It's a young energy. It's starting off. It's a beginner energy, beginner mind. For those of you who are interested in such concepts. And it is being willing to learn, being willing to do the groundwork, lay the foundations for success, learn from people who are wiser than you, put the hard yards in, decide on a path, choose a path and stay on that course and do the practice, do all of those things, master something. The Page of Pentacles is in reverse in this case. His challenge is that he hasn't done any of that. He hasn't developed any skills. He hasn't mastered anything. He hasn't practiced anything. He hasn't stuck at anything. He has given up. He's quit. He has focused on his drinking and his playing around and his pleasures, and he hasn't done the learning and the study and the practice. He hasn't been diligent enough to actually get anywhere in his life and to actually master anything and become an expert at anything. So why is he the way he is? Why can't he see the trouble he is in, the course that he has chosen, how dangerous it is and what peril he is in? Allegedly, the Devil in reverse. Toxic behavior, toxic relationship. It's in reverse. For me, reversals, as I always say, have various ways of possible interpretations. It's up to you as a tarot reader, using your intuition, looking at the cards around you to read reversals. And for me, the Devil in this case is not getting out of a toxic situation. It is being so deep in a toxic situation that he literally cannot see how toxic it is. And that is a problem when you get involved with someone like Meghan Markle, in my opinion, who is very toxic, in my opinion. So it's the Devil. Of course, the Devil is all about lies, is about materialism. And we've got this energy of materialism with the Nine of Cups, with this desire, this greediness that he has. They want all good things in life and they want them to come easily to them. And I say them because we have a couple here in the Devil card, couple chained to the Devil, chained to the Prince of Darkness, the Prince of Lies, the one who is all about materialism, all about addiction, all about substance abuse, various kinds of addictions, not only addictions to substances, sex addictions, all of those kinds of things. The Devil is that. While he is in that relationship and while he is in that energy that attracts those kinds of relationships, Prince Harry is going to have tremendous difficulty actually awakening to the reality that is his life and his role, his responsibility for the situation that he is in. Very clear card there, Major Arcana with the Devil. Very, very clear. So his focus right now, where are his thoughts, where are his conscious aspirations right now? The Emperor in reverse, he's very focused on this grievance that he has of being the spare. I can't remember the exact words, but Prince Charles said about Prince Andrew somewhere along the line, The problem is with my brother is that he wants to be me. And I think we have this with Prince Harry. The problem with Prince Harry is that he wants to be the heir, not the spare. And that is the Emperor card in reverse. It is very much a card of narcissism, of difficult male energy. As I always say in these readings, not only men have this problem, but women can also embody this energy. It is a problem of ego. It's a problem of toxic ego, dangerous ego that gets you into trouble. You think you're better than you are. You think you deserve more than you have. And so you bring a level of chaos to things. The Emperor, when it's in the upright, is leadership, is organization, skills that come with that high status and that high position. And of course the crown embodies that energy. Harry does not embody that energy, but he thinks he does. He thinks he should be a leader. He thinks that he should be a world leader, a thought leader. He should be the one on the throne. And if not in the UK, then in some kind of global position. Or we see that he allegedly has approached people to be Governor General. Canada, Australia have been in his sights. His sense of entitlement is immense. And we see that also with Prince Andrew. We've seen it now with Prince Harry in this card, in the Emperor card. Allegedly, let's just throw that in. This is all just a tarot reading. This is all just my opinion. So how has the past gone, the recent past gone for Prince Harry? Ooh, the Hermit. That's the Virgo card. That's one of the Prince Harry cards, of course, major arcana for Virgo, the Hermit. The Hermit, when it's in the upright, is about wise counsel, is about going away, doing your 40 days in the wilderness, having a good think, meditating, communicating with all those wise, those guides, those gurus, even if they are internal, your own internal wisdom, your own internal navigation that we all have. We all have that inner voice that tells us what to do, tells us the right path. But that's retreating, having a think. He has actually been quite isolated because of that Hermit card in the recent past. He has been thinking as much as he is capable of thinking, and I say that, I don't say that with love in my heart, I don't really. Yeah, he is challenged. We know that he is not the brightest, not the most self-aware, but this card is telling me that he has been having some own time, some me time, some thinking time. It is also the card of going to see experts, counselors, psychologists, psychiatrists, advisors, and perhaps he has been speaking to people and asking people for their advice because his life has not been going the way he imagined it would go when he set off on his brave new adventure with Meghan Markle. So what is going to be happening for Prince Harry in the near future? Is anything going to change? Is he going to open his eyes? Is he going to change the way he has been behaving? Well, that's quite an interesting card, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, because it is the card of letting go. And instead of being quite greedy and quite miserly and quite blocked, as that card is, very stable card when it's in the upright, but it's very stable because you're greedy and grasping and you won't let go. You have got your foot on all those pentacles, you're holding them down, you're grabbing them for yourself. In the reverse, letting them go, dropping things, letting things be stripped away, it's destabilizing, and destabilizing is quite a good thing. If you cannot wake up, if you cannot see the reality that you need to see, the universe does start to rock the boat. It does start to force you to let things go. It does force you to make changes. It does do all of those kinds of things. This is quite a gentle energy. This isn't the Tower, not yet. He's had some Tower moments, but they don't really seem to have made much impact on him so far. But universe is going to start taking things away from Prince Harry, taking titles, taking honors, taking patronages, taking those kinds of things away, because we're talking pentacles here. So we're talking things that are of substance, material things, things that are important, things that are about status are going to start being wrenched from his hands. If he doesn't start to let go of them himself, they are going to be wrenched away from him. And it's going to be uncomfortable, and he is going to feel insecure and unstable. And hardly surprising given the way that he has been behaving, in my opinion. So, specific question now. What will it take for Prince Harry to actually wake up and see what has become of his life and himself from universe's point of view? Wow, there is the Judgment card. I have been waiting for this card. It's the card that was on my mind when I decided to do these readings, because Judgment is literally the awakening card. The trumpet blowing, you wake up, come out of your grave, you get your second life, your second chance, as it were, with this card. But the card is in the reverse. It's Major Arcana. Universe is really telling me that no matter how hard that trumpet sounds, Harry is not going to wake up. And that is rather a scary card to see in a reading like this. Scary card to see when it is in the reverse. He's not listening. Despite having that quiet time, that retreat from the public eye, that withdrawal, that period of contemplation, he's not waking up, he's not listening. He needs to listen. Universe is saying he really needs to listen. And he needs to start listening soon. I get a sense of urgency with this card, that they're saying time is running out for Prince Harry to wake up, to listen, and to realize what is going on. So there is no advice there for him. There is simply a sense of urgency with this card, that if he doesn't wake up soon, jolly soon, it's going to be too late. And we know that there is a clock ticking in the background in the royal family. A life that is not going to continue indefinitely. No life does, but there is a life that is winding to an end. Whenever that end is going to be, he needs to wake up before that. What influence does his wife have on his current state of mind, his inability to see what is really going on in the world? We've already seen the Devil card there in reverse, but what else does the universe want to tell us about his relationship? Running out of options with that Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups in reverse. A lot of cards in reverse in this reading. In fact, just about all of them. Quite weird. Really, it shows how messed up he is mentally. I think that so many of these cards are coming out in the reverse, including the Seven of Cups. But the Seven of Cups is one of those cards that is better in the reverse, because it looks to me as if Prince Harry is actually beginning to see the reality of his relationship. When it's in the upright, you are deluded. You think that you've got all these possibilities and you just have to reach out and grab and it will all be wonderful, even though if you look closely at what's in those cups, some of them are booby prizes, not things you really want to grab. Some of them are wonderful, some of them are really dangerous, and some of them you can't really see what's in them until you grab them. And I think that his relationship was like that. He grabbed hold of something, not actually knowing what was in that cup. Got a poisonous chalice, poisonous cup that he grabbed, and he's seeing it now. He is at least waking up to the reality of his relationship. I've seen that over and over and over in readings. He does seem to be aware that his relationship is not the healthiest, hasn't taken him to the places he thought it would take him. Is it too late? Let's see his hopes and fears right now. He fears that his life is, his path is going to be blocked. He isn't going to achieve the goals that he wants to achieve with that Eight of Wands in reverse. I said at the beginning of this reading that he was very puzzled and angry about the fact that all of his so-called good deeds have been unremarked. Nobody is falling for the PR, that very expensive PR from Sunshine Sachs. All the little puff pieces about Harry and Meghan buying sandwiches for people and coffee and whatever, putting roofs on women's shelters and stuff like that. They're very, very small gestures. They're nothing dramatic at all. Their trips to New York, their speeches and all of that, we all see through it. Nobody is fooled for a second. I think he fears now that he isn't going to be able to convince us. Nobody's going to listen. Nobody's going to pay any attention to this endless PR that is shot out. He does seem to be beginning to realize that it's not succeeding. Nobody's listening. Nobody's paying any attention to it. It's not hitting its mark. However fast and furious that PR blitz is, it's not achieving anything, and he is afraid that he is not going to be able to convince us, persuade us to pay attention to him in a positive way, that any publicity he gets is going to be negative or because, of course, of his behaviour, like this latest outrage with suing the Home Office for private security, well, not private security, for public security, for Metropolitan Police security. Let's see the outcome for Prince Harry. It doesn't look very hopeful, even though there are glimmers of awakening here with the Seven of Cups in reverse, and that Hermit card in the past, where he has gone away and had a bit of a think. Is there any hope for Prince Harry in terms of waking up and taking responsibility for his life? Possibly, with that Ace of Cups. That Ace of Cups is a new start, and a new emotional start, and an offer and a forgiving hand that is reaching out, the Cup of Love. We know whose hand that is, Her Majesty the Queen. She has allegedly invited Harry and Meghan to Sandringham for a private visit with her. Come and heal things, come and reconcile. That hand is going to reach out and reach out and reach out while that hand is still there. And I can understand why she's doing it. I can absolutely understand why she's doing it. I don't blame her for 1 second for doing it. But if anyone is going to save Prince Harry, it's going to be Her Majesty the Queen. That grace, that redemption, that white dove of peace, that love that is still reaching out to him across the sea, still beckoning to him, still saying, come back. All is forgiven. Come back in a private capacity. Come back and talk to me. Come back and tell me what your troubles are, what is wrong, why you are so angry, why you are so upset, why you are doing these things that you were doing. And perhaps that is the only way back to him. Universe is saying, time's running out, Prince Harry. I know you aren't listening to this, but really, you need to wake up and you need to come home quickly if you want to have any chance at redemption. So that's a Prince Harry reading. Meghan Markle's turn tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then.